Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Shootout 407 here today, back with another video. Today we are going to be doing an NHL GM mode challenge. So right now, as you can see, we have the auto draft list up. It's going to be Washington, Pittsburgh, Bruins, so on and so forth. We're going to be the Flyers, of course. How could we not be? Their beauties and all. But yeah, we got the 16th overall pick, so we're in the middle of the pack. I'm not too unhappy about that. I did 3 randomizations. We were originally number 28, then we moved to 3, then 17, then we end up moving up to 16. So that's all right. We end up moving up in the lineup. So we're gonna see who we can get at that position. I'm thinking about maybe a solid 10D. Okay, we're already skipping right through. All right, so okay, we got Ovi, and this is a 1-year challenge, so it doesn't matter how old they are. I'm definitely picking Ovi. I was honestly not expecting to have him. Yeah, we're gonna pick Ovi. I'm thinking about maybe doing one solid offenseman, depending on what's there, a defenseman and a solid 10D. The challenge is I just gotta make the play. I gotta see how far I can go with this team, and I only get to make the 3 picks, and then after that, it all depends on. After that, I let it auto draft, and we see what team we get. And another stipulation is I can only make 1 trade to help this team out. Carey Price does look good there. I'm thinking about Carey Price. I think I'm just going to go with Erik Karlsson and see what we come out with after that. Hopefully he's still there in the 3rd round, but I don't know. But yeah, so we're going to see what happens here. It's going to be auto-drafted, of course. I did say that. And then I'm going to show you a little bit of simulation, and then I'm going to, jump right through the video. So hopefully we can come out with a big, decent team. I did this a couple times on my channel, somewhat. I did the best offenseman, best defenseman. So I'm going to take Carey Price here. He's an elite goalie. Goaltending wins games. So does defense and offense. But if you have a lockdown 10D, you can go pretty far. We've seen that multiple times in the NHL. So we're going to sim the rest of the draft here. We got our top 3 guys. We got Ovi, Erik Karlsson, and Carey Price. So far, that was looking like an elite team until I simulated the team. So I'm pretty happy about how we started. And like I said before, we can make one trade, and that's it. So if I want to just trade for 1 All-Star, I can do that. If I want to trade for a couple depth pieces, I can do that too. But it's really all going to come to that. I'll come down to that. I can dip into free agency 1 time, but it's a draft, so usually the top overall guys get picked anyway. So I'm probably not going to be doing that. So let's see what we end up getting. So we get not too bad. Braden Shen, Travis Konechny, Muzzin, Pioink. All right, so not too bad. It's not that great, honestly. We'll have a decent team, but if I really want to, I can trade my 1st round draft pick for next year, and maybe a player or 2 for some decent player, and we'll be all right. So I'll catch up to you guys when we get into the lineup spot. All right, guys. So we have Alex Ovechkin running the left wing on the first line. Braden Shen, our first line center. Then Nino Niederreiter on the right wing. We got Christian Fischer, Travis Konechny, and then Michael Backlund on the second line. Brock McGinn, Dominic Simone, and Sonny Milano on the 3rd. And then a whole bunch of on the 4th line. I don't know why Evgeny Shevchnikov is on the 4th line. That's interesting. I don't know why he's a 74 overall. But let's see what we're running with on as our backup 10D. Hopefully it's someone decent, because I imagine that they're going to be switching. Saros isn't too bad. He's a little small for a goalie, but I mean, as long as he's good, that's all I really care about. As long as he can win a few games when Carey's not in the net. Then we got Erik Karlsson, Jake Muzzin, Dmitry Orlov, Neil Pionk, however the heck you say his name. I'm not even going to try to say that name. We're calling him Desarge because Jonas Surgeon, blah, blah, blah. And then John Merrill on defense. So our defense isn't horrible. We got a -3 overall on that 3rd line, so I guess they're not too happy that they're together, but you can't make everyone happy. Everyone else is a +1 overall. So I'm going to sim to the regular season here. I honestly think we're going to be trading for a little bit of depth, because our depth is not too hot. It says we're a championship status team, but it could say that for everyone. But we have an elite goal scorer, and that's all that matters. So I'll catch up with you guys when we start simulating. Okay, so here we go. I used my one free agent move that I had to acquire James Neal. I saw him on free agency. I was like, I gotta get him. There was actually a couple of decent people on free agency. I don't know why that is the case, because I don't know why they draft like this guy, student, whatever. I don't know why they draft him over like Bobby Ryan or something. He was also a free agent. There's a bunch of guys. I was like, man, I wish I could get them all, because honestly, they were all like 81s, and I could have filled out the rest of my team, but I can only use one, so I'm gonna stick to that. We got James Neal, so hopefully he adds on some scoring depth. I don't know who anyone else has. We're gonna just take a look to see what we did here in the preseason, and then we're gonna hop right in and probably simulate the first month maybe, and then hop right in, and then I'll hop right. Oh my gosh, I'll jump in and then I'll update you guys just to see how we're doing. But it looks like we did pretty good. We went what, 4-1, 5-1, 5-2 or whatever in preseason. So not too shabby. Things are looking pretty good. Like I said, as long as Carey Price is good, then I think we'll be all right. But I'm not too worried about the team yet. I turned off injuries though, so injuries will not be a factor, because I didn't have to worry about them. As we start out with the shootout loss, that's all right. We got 1 point. Play the Devils, and we get absolutely obliterated 5-1. Not good. Not off to a great start. Obliterated again 5-1, 2-1 overtime loss, and then we beat the Oilers. So we are not off to a great start. 1-2-2. That is not going to get us into the playoffs, but we rebound quick when we go 3-2-2. We win in the shootout against the Golden Knights, and then we lose against the Blackhawks again 2-1. So they have our number, but we're rebounding well. So we finished the month 5-4-2. So not great, but not horrible. That leaves us. That sets us up well for the playoffs, or at least this month. If we can just go on like a little winning streak, I think we'll be all right. So we cannot beat people in our division, and that's not good, because you need to beat people in your division to get into the playoffs. Top three make the playoffs, and then you got 2 wild card spots, I believe it is. So we're like a very streaky team. We win 3 and then we'll lose 2. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to see how everyone's doing points wise, as we're 9-8-3. Might have to make some lineup changes here and kind of just mess around with the lines to see if we can get anyone going, as we're 9-10-3 now. I don't know if it's the score. It seems like we're putting up a good amount of points on the board. It just seems like we can't get it done. Like 6-1, we lose to the Blue Jackets there. So now we're 12-11-4. I'm not too happy about that, because I feel like we can do way better than that. Because we're in 5th place. We're not down by a lot though. 1 win puts us in 3rd, and we're in the playoffs. So that makes me feel a little bit better. We have Ovi with 28 points. He's an elite scorer, and that's what we needed. I'm sure if we won a game, he has a point at least. Erik Karlsson playing great, 24 points. Nino Niederreiter, 19. Braden Shen with 18. And then after that, after connecting, it kind of dips. Although James Neal with 13, not too bad. Oh, he's on the second line, so maybe he should be putting up a little bit more. But after that, our depth is really not playing too high. And especially this guy. I might have to trade for a defenseman, because Sarge is -13 and Michael Backlund is -13. And that's not going to get it done. So obviously something's wrong in there. This guy, -15, Dominic Simone. And I might have to simulate all the way to the trade deadline and see if maybe we can acquire a couple of pieces to help us out, because -13, -11, and minus whatever isn't going to help us at all when it comes time to the playoffs. Because at the playoffs, you got to be your best every game, and we can't afford people to be playing like that. So we're going to simulate one more month here, and then I'll simulate to the trade deadline off the camera. Then I'll hop back in with you guys. So hopefully, if we simulate to the trade deadline, it's not too late, as we crush the Coyotes there, 9-4. We're coming up on the Colorado Avalanche. They're 18-12-1, and they crushed us 6-3. So I don't know what it is. Like the games that we're getting blasted, it's just like, I don't know if it's Saros that's in the net. I should have checked on him. So we get an offer here. Do I want this to be my one trade? I think I'm gonna have to do this. I think this is gonna have to be my. I don't know what happened. I don't know if that was for me or not. I thought that was to me. I was gonna say I have to take that. Maybe I did and it just didn't go to the screen. Maybe I had to do something else. I don't know. But whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter now. Let's just simulate this one more game, and then I'll go off the camera, simulate to the trade deadline. But if we start going on a losing streak, I might have to stop that and just use our trade. But yeah, I'll catch up with you guys at the deadline. Alright guys, so we simulated the trade deadline. We're not doing too bad. We're in 4th place. We're right on the fringe of the playoffs. But I did use my trade. We acquired this Alexander Texier, however you say his name. We had to get rid of Michael Backlund, but I don't think he was really doing so hot because he was minus 13. Like he was a defensive liability basically. So he wasn't worth the risk. And then we got rid of Sarge and we put Ryan Pulock. So we got Ryan Pulock back for it too. And now our defense looks like we have a pretty solid defensive type now. So we got +1 on every line. And then the offense, other than the Texia guy, is almost looking the same. I mean, we added to the lines a little bit. But I don't know. We'll see what that takes us. If that was good, bad, we'll find out. As you see, we're 29 and 26 and 7. Let's see how everyone's doing point-wise. We got Ovi, 65 points in 62 games. Not too shabby at all. See how everyone else is doing. See if there's any big drops. 58 points from Carlson. Connecting you 51. Not too bad. Shen with 50. Okay. Niederreiter and Neal. Neal was a good ad so far. Texier's minus 13, but he had 35 points. So let's hope that he, maybe fixes it on the offensive side or fixes it on the defensive side. Point, not too bad, 24 points. Orlov, 23. Shvechnikov, 21. Not too bad. Everyone's doing pretty alright points-wise. We got Pulock up. Pulock might be a good ad. I mean, he's minus 12, but he should lock down the defensive side on the third line. I mean, so yeah, so he was minus 14. He only had 12 points. I mean, I just didn't see him as even worth having him on the team. He's got 7 goals, but I figured it was time for a change. I mean, he's 22. He's not too bad, but for a 1-year challenge, we're going all in. We're going to see what we can do. So we're going to go back to simulating the games, and hopefully we'll simulate to the playoffs. Then we'll look and see how everyone did, and we'll catch up with you guys from there. So I believe this is the end of the season. Simulate up to that day. Hopefully that was worth it, because if we don't make the playoffs, it's definitely not going to be good. But it was 7-4, and I forgot to mention that Carey Price was the reason why we were doing so bad. So that's kind of shocking, because he's 91 overall. Like, I don't see what the problem is there. But your Soros was he was like 5-2-1, so I don't know what the problem was. But okay, we get back in the win column, then we lose. So far that trade was not worth it. I could see us missing the playoffs so we don't start going on a little winning streak. Even the overtime losses are going to end up killing us. But we're really strong, slumping right now. We win against the Islanders. We got to really, hopefully, win out. We got to, especially beating our division. We got to beat the Devils. We didn't beat the Devils. We didn't beat the Penguins. So that might be costly in the end. Okay, well, we'll beat the Rangers. If we can win this, we might pull it off. Okay. So we qualified for the playoffs, 84 points. Not the greatest showing, 38 and 36. But we qualified, and that's all that matters. So let's see who we match up with. Alright, so we got the Blue Jackets. We did struggle with the Blue Jackets, so I don't know how this is going to go. We need Carey to pull through for us. Be the reason why I picked them. 1-0 win, that's huge. And a 5-2 loss, of course. Come on, boys. 3-2. AHL season. Yeah, we don't care about that. Our team stunk. 4-0. Come on, boys. 7-2. Close it out. Let's go, boys. That's what I like to see. Columbus, we kill Columbus. 4-2, not too bad. We beat the Devils game 1, so we are off to a good start. If we can beat the Devils here, I'm going to feel pretty confident about our chances here. 4-1, 6-3. Finish it off. Oh, man, I was getting nervous when we went to game 6. Not going to lie. So we get the Buffalo Sabres here. They're 8-3. We're 8-4, so they're doing pretty hot in the playoffs too. Let's simulate the first 4. Hopefully we don't get swept, but we're in the Eastern Conference Finals, and we're down 3-1. That is not good. We lose game 1 and game 2, 3-2. Come on, guys. Where's the offense here? We got to find those clutch goals. Let's do game 5 here. Let's see. Hopefully we can continue the series. 5-1 loss. Not too good. So, unfortunately, that's going to be the end of the video. We did not make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. Not this time. Maybe in the next video we will. Hopefully you guys like this video, because I kind of found it a little bit fun trying to build a little bit of a team with limited resources. But, yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. We started out so good in the beginning of the playoffs, and we just couldn't continue it against the Sabres. I guess they were too good for us. I'm kind of curious to see who the Sabres has, so let's go take a look. Because they kind of ran through us pretty good. I mean, Erik Karlsson, 17 points in the playoffs. That is pretty good. So let's see if I can... Okay. I'll figure it out and then I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so here we go. They had Jamie Benn, which I saw that they acquired, bringing the combo of Tyler Seguin and Jamie Benn back together. Phil Kessel, so their first line was pretty good at scoring. Like, they were pretty elite. But after that, I mean, I guess they did have a lot of depth. Like, everyone's like an 80 overall or borderline 80, so everyone's really good here. Let's see their defense. So their defense was even, like, they had a little bit of depth on their defense. So no one was like a standout guy, but they had enough to, move onto the Stanley Cup. And John Gibson, uh, you know, let's see how he did this year. 9.38, 1.19 in the playoffs. So, like I said, if you run into a hot goal, you're in trouble. And well, we ran into John Gibson, unfortunately. But I guess let's just simulate the rest of the season and let's see who wins the Stanley Cup, and then that'll be the end of the video. But I hope you guys liked it, because I enjoyed it. I'd like to do this again, or even like maybe building up all the offense and see like every good offensive player and see who wins, or even just building up all the defense. So the Buffalo Sabres did win the Stanley Cup, so at least we can say we lost to the team that won the Stanley Cup. So we can't. So it's not like we just couldn't beat a team that shouldn't have been there in the first place, but. That's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I did. It was very fun to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!